Guys, Frozen here, bringing you a special video. It's a review of the Razer Deathadder 2013 edition. Got the 4G optical sensor, 6400 DPI, 1000 hertz ultra polling, and all that's crazy stuff. 200 inches per second, 50 Gs of force, any DPI setting. Here on the right we have the Razer Deathadder Black Edition 3.5G sensor. Here is the Razer Deathadder 2013 edition 4G optical sensor. Let me show you here the difference. 6400 DPI. Something interesting to note here is that you can see this light here on the camera. You can't actually see that light when you're actually looking at it with your naked eye. For some reason, the camera sensor is the only thing that picks it up, but your eye can't, so it's actually invisible. Don't know why the camera picks it up, but it's pretty cool. Made in China, not surprising. Yep. Made in China. 3500 DPI. 3.5G infrared sensor. It doesn't have any information about the sensor on this one, but not here anyway. But it does actually here, but it doesn't say 4G or anything. But it is a 4G optical sensor, and even though no one really knows what that means, but it is. I think it's confirmed that it's one of the new Avago sensors. I don't know how to pronounce that. It's the first mouse to have it. One of the brand new optical sensors. It's the best in the market. Should be anyway. Hopefully Razer hasn't messed it up. It does feel really good to use though. It's really accurate, really unbelievably accurate. It's like nothing I've ever used before. Similar to the Deathadder, but you can tell when you're moving at really fast speeds on the mouse if you're a low DPI gamer like me. I use 400 DPI. You can really tell when it's moving fast that it's got much better accuracy. Okay, I'll show you here some of the differences cosmetically between this mouse and the old mouse. As you can see here on the old Deathadder, there are no rubber grips on either side here. But on the new Deathadder, you have this rubber grip here with the stippled effect. Really grippy. It's really good. I hope it won't come off though, like my Mamba rubber grips did. But those sucked absolute ass. Yeah, some grips on the other side. Pretty nice. And the mouse itself on the top has this really just dark and grippy surface. I don't know how to explain it. But this mouse is actually darker than the Black Edition. It's kind of funny. It's more black than the Black Edition. But this surface here, it's kind of it's really grippy but plastic, so it's not rubber, and it shouldn't get shouldn't be as sweaty as rubber for anyone who complains about that. The old Deathadder, the Black Edition, of course, is a rubber top. This is not rubber, it's plastic, but it's got really rough surface. I don't know how to show it. No, I don't think I can really show it. Nope, okay. Just take my word for it. It's the best mouse I've ever held in my hand. Your grip will never come off it. It's got the same Teflon feet of the old mouse. Maybe a little bit different. Let me feel. I can't tell. Probably the same. No reason to change that really. Mouse wheel as well has slightly different feel to it. It's a lot better feedback. A lot more similar to the SteelSeries Sensei in a way, but not exactly the same. And also the side buttons here, they have a much better click to them now. Let me show you here. I'll just try and make some clicking. See if you can hear the noise. Okay. It's not just my camera, it's actually really much louder on the new Deathadder than the old one. It's a lot better feedback. Feels so much better to press. It's these little things they don't mention on the spec sheet that people actually care about. Rather than all those gimmicky 6400 DPI, no one ever would use that. I use 2560 by 1440 resolution on here. I use 400 DPI. That's enough for most people. Okay, let me show you the new features on this Razer Synapse drive that everyone hates because it's apparently a piece of spyware, even though I don't mind it really. Alright, customize. Can change what the buttons do, blah blah blah, usual stuff. Performance. Here you can turn on and off acceleration. Should always have that off. No one should use that. Polling rate, 1000 hertz ultra polling. Like I said, 1000 hertz is enough for pretty much everyone. I think it's the maximum that USB supports anyway. The old Deathadders, they couldn't really support it. It was quite unstable at that kind of like hertz. But now it's actually probably works well. I don't know. I haven't like done any scientific testing or anything. Here's your sensitivity slider. You can enable XY. You configure the stages. I don't really know why this is useful. Maybe just as a shortcut because you can't actually change the DPI on the mouse, which I don't mind because I use the same DPI everywhere. Lighting. Scroll wheel on, logo on and off, usual stuff. Surface calibration, this is interesting. You can change the calibration to use specific Razer mats. I think this is kind of gimmicky because it makes you want to buy one of these mats, so you can just use a built-in profile. Or you can set to others, and you can do this little calibration wizard, which involves just moving your mouse up and down the mouse mat in a zigzag. I don't know what it actually does, whether this is a good thing to have on or not, but I've left it on for now. I don't think it can do that much harm. As you can tell, pretty nice driver, which has everything anyone would need, really. Yeah, anyway, what do I think about this mouse? In conclusion, you should probably buy it if you're in the market for a mouse now. It's got the most accurate sensor. Laser mice have horrible sensor problems like acceleration, everything like that. Even though they're more expensive, they have more problems. This mouse will be fine. It will track most accurately out of anything, and feels the best in the hand. It's really, really good for grip. The only thing is, if you want like a smaller mouse, then you'll have to buy a smaller mouse. This is one of the bigger mice I've used, but I have really big hands. Like, I use my mouse like this most of the time. Yeah, it's good. I'll try and make some circles now with a mouse cursor, if you want to see. I don't know, I'm not very good at doing that, but yeah. Seems likely a Deathadder here, but just a little bit better, and that it really translates to really accurate movement, even when you're like moving your mouse super fast at higher resolutions. Low DPIs. Okay, that's it for the video. All I can say in final thoughts is buy this mouse if you're in the market for a good mouse. High sensitivity, low sensitivity, doesn't matter. This mouse will suit everything. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.